Hello, everybody, and welcome to MinnMax's live reaction to Gamescom 2021. You know, Leo, the official Xbox stream.
We made it.
We made it. I'm Ben Hanson. MinnMax is a patron about games, friends, and getting better. Thank you for being here, everybody. We appreciate your support. You can always subscribe to our YouTube channel to check out the MinnMax Show podcast, The Deepest Dive, which is the best, most thorough discussion about games on the internet, and a whole lot more. Interviews, Trivia Tower. There's a lot going on there. What's that, Leo?
Outer views. Why don't you call your famous exit interviews like you've done with Brian David Gilbert and so the trio of Giant Bomb? Why don't you call them outer views?
That's pretty good. Yeah. All right. Well, okay. We'll be renaming everything on the channel Outer Views pretty soon here. So we appreciate
just to be safe, we should change everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Brian David Gilbert Outer View. Just every video MinnMax has ever published. Anyways, I'm Ben Hanson. I'm here with Leo Vader. Welcome, Leo.
Hello.
We're here to watch Xbox's showcase stream for Gamescom 2021. I don't know where you're at with this thing, Leo. I feel like it's been whispered about. I feel like it's been a little bit downplayed, and maybe that all comes from the phrasing of them saying, we're going to be talking about previously announced games. I mean, what are you expecting from this thing?
I mean, they'll always get us with some good Game Pass announcements, right?
Yes.
At the very least.
Yes. They will get us in a big way. Yeah, and I think, like, if they don't do the Halo Infinite release date here, I'm just going to pick one for them. I don't know what else we can do, man.
Because there's nothing else coming up, like, between now and then. What other event could they announce it at?
Yeah, we all go into hibernation and just wait for Halo Infinite. So it has to be here. Unless, oh, God. Unless that...
Don't even say it.
I'm going to frickin' say it, Leo. Unless that poaching SOB, Jeff Keighley, is like, give me the date. I get the date. Give me the numbers. Do you think
Follow Game Fest.
Yeah. Opening night live. Save it for me, Keighley, Beggy. Oh, hang on, Leo. We got a stream starting.
No, pause it. You weren't done, I don't think.
I don't know. I would think that if they were going all in on Halo Infinite here, they would have it here instead of at the Jeff Keighley Game Fest Fiesta, which is going to be happening tomorrow. We're also doing a reaction stream for that, so look forward to it. Oh, I mean, Leafeon there is there in the chat, saying that maybe they'll show more of Perfect Dark. That is true. Maybe they...
All we've seen is a cinematic, right?
Yes. Yep, just the big cinematic reveal trailer with the camera flying all over the place.
Right.
That could be. I'm trying to think. Everwild from Rare seems like it's a ways out. I'm sure there's going to be a big chunk of this devoted to Psychonauts 2, as it should be, even though the game is probably out by the time you're watching this, but out on Wednesday on Game Pass, which means that everybody and their mother and brother will be playing it. So they don't even have to market that. But yeah, maybe like a little cute Tim Schafer thing, you know? I could see that popping up in here.
Definitely.
Do you think... You're like a silly guy, Leo. Do you ever feel for Tim Schafer? Can you imagine how many days he just doesn't want to be like fun, silly, goofy Tim Schafer, but he's just built that mold for himself and now he can't get out and his brain's kind of like its own prison?
Like when he tries to write something dramatic, people kind of, you know, go, oh, this is so funny. This is so ironic.
Right. But like most of his games have been very sincere, scathing satire.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. People don't talk about it as satire enough, but... Anyways, thanks for being here, everybody, watching us live. Paulo Honey, Avery Salt, Red 8, Chris Jeffers. Ooh, Chris Jeffers wants Elden Ring to show up. I bet it's going to be primarily... I don't think they're going to have those big AAA things from third parties. I think that's going to be probably for the opening night live if there is anything there. So it'll be coming up tomorrow. So probably, yeah, a lot of Psychonauts, a lot of Halo, and then a couple... Wham bam, thank you, man. It's on Game Pass. Please subscribe now. That's my prediction, Leo.
And some fun surprises.
That's right, and a good time along the way. Let's dive into it. It's Cologne! They're in Germany! Who says it's virtual? This is as analog as it gets.
And that was just a taste
of the fun we'll be having here today.
what one game might be
Hello,
like.
everyone, and welcome to our Gamescom 2021.
Let us know how volume is,
stream.
everybody.
We've got so many great game updates to share with you today. We're talking Age of Empires 4, Psychonauts
Oh, that's
2,
right,
of course,
Leo.
my
Why did I
favorite,
forget about Age of Empires
Flight
4?
Simulator.
Jesus, I'm sorry.
Later on, we'll take an extended look at Forza Horizon 5. There's so much going into this.
It's a fun
and
Xbox
Playground
shirt.
Games' vision of Mexico is muy bonito.
And we'll be getting our
She's
first look
cracking
at
up.
the
What if
cover
just
car
the rest
from
of the stream
game
she could
fair.
not
I
stop
got $5
laughing at that
on any
joke?
one of those electric scooters that you see piled up on the sidewalk.
Mooey.
Guess we're about to find out.
Yes, indeed. Our Xbox Plays team will also chat with this.
Yeah, God, I forgot
and
about
deep dive into
Forza Horizon
current and
5. I'm
upcoming
looking forward to
games
that. This is gonna be a
all week
blast.
On twitch.tv/Xbox.
Let's get started with Techland and their upcoming zombie parkour sequel, Dying
Oh, great.
Light 2
Oh,
Stay
interesting.
Human.
Don't mind if we do.
All
That
right.
Microsoft Flight Simulator teaser, or whatever it was, reminded me that it's in VR now. I really gotta try that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
am Clemens Zobel, Dying Light 2 lead game designer, and this is David
Seems like a
Luberka,
lovely studio.
animation director. Hi. We can't wait until December 7th to finally give you Dying Light
Finally
2
be
Stay
released
Human,
from this
the game
cage.
we have been working on really hard for the last few years.
We're hoping the gameplay video you're about to watch will
think
give
they
you a
put in the
foretaste
sound of
parkour
that
and
fan
combat
after the
systems
fact?
waiting for you in the game.
And we are
Folding
just
it?
about to enter the city, fighting our way through its brutal and dangerous streets. Though, as you will see in a moment, there are plenty of things you can use to your advantage. So watch closely, look for special combat and parkour moves, and check out how with just a bit of creativity you can combine the two. Ready?
Ah!
Let's go.
You got it, buddy. This is for you.
Sometimes I wonder what this city looked like before all this.
Troy Baker.
Probably
Troy
like many
Baker.
others. People had their ambitions, plans, lives. Now it's all gone. The virus started.
Some good little parkour
It was
girders
the
on that
people
building.
who
Little
made the world the way
balconies.
it is.
Hell yeah.
This city, Villador.
Thanks for
They
being our
tell me
swords
they
and
had a
wolves.
vision. They had hope. But soon, one vision broke into many different ones.
Metacritic prediction for Dying Light 2, Leo.
84.
Instead of fighting together,
81.
people stood against each other. War broke out.
Was it a little bird? Met a broken leg?
Hope died.
Pre-order now if you'd like Hope to die.
You hate
The
hope.
city is falling.
85 says a lot of people in chat. Okay.
We absorb their strength.
Those faces look
Glass
good.
half full.
But
Yeah,
I
look at
can't
that.
let that happen.
Ooh. Hang on.
Ooh.
That number's going up, Leo.
Yeah, it is.
I need the secrets this city holds.
This is what I needed to see from this game.
Fun swingy stuff?
Ridiculous moves and like first-person action combos.
But
Yeah.
good people.
God, all those faces look better than I thought they would.
I have to make a difference.
Let's check and see.
Death's Door cameo. Come on. Don't.
Come on.
Oh, thank you.
They say that great
I'm paying
change
attention for the
is
next time he
a series
grapples
of
to see if
small
it's to a
gestures.
grapple point or to anything.
Did you see anything there? It
about
didn't have
this?
UI.
That was definitely a grapple point.
Oh.
But earlier, though, he kind of did it to the wall of the building. I don't know if there was a point there or he just can do it to any wall. Yes.
Got it. We've
Is
got
all
it.
hope really gone? We'll see about that.
Well, that was an exciting trip, wasn't it, Timo?
Oh, a teaser that
Did you
hope
notice
may
those bandits
yet
in
be coming
medieval-like
back.
armor passing by skyscrapers,
DLC.
banks, and large billboards? That's what we call a modern Dark Ages.
And it's a very
Now that's
unique
what I
design,
call
one
modern
very
Dark
important
Ages.
for the plot of Dying Light 2.
You said it.
But there's another thing that stood out to me. All those parkour moves that you and your team has put so much effort into.
Well, all you need is a few thousand of animations, cooperation with professional tracers, mock-up sessions, and invaluable help from David Bell, whose face and moves player will see in the game, by the way.
No, yes, right. And we've got twice the number.
Not everybody
of
has to go for
parkour moves
jokey banner.
compared
It's
to the first
optional.
game.
It's optional,
And
everybody.
are
We
showing
respect what
some
you
of them
do.
In this
It
trailer.
started with a joke
The Vault
setup,
Kicks
but then
being the most
didn't
important
really
to me personally.
get there.
It brings a whole new fighting style into the game. The player can stagger an enemy and use them to perform further attacks, for example by rebounding from their bodies, jumping of them onto other foes, and so on.
I think we captured the movement really well and made it quite simple for the players to perform. I can't wait for them to try it out and tell for themselves how much they loved it.
What is this, November?
It's definitely
December?
going to be useful. The city's buildings are higher than
have they
What
said
is this, November?
improving its verticality.
Have they set a date for
Players
this
will
thing
need
yet?
to find a way to reach those tall
don't remember.
skyscrapers and other challenging spots too.
Then it's good we scattered some helpers around, like a paraglider,
December
which can
7th.
support players in both parkouring and combat.
Exactly, and it's gonna do great, especially in fights against humans, which are more frequent and important than in Dying Light 1. It's been over 20 years.
Is that what people
since
want
the
from their
events
zombie
from the
games,
first
is fights
game,
against
so people
humans?
adjusted. They are much bolder now, at least during the day.
The problem is
And
you
they
get
are
a
more
zombie game and
vicious
then you
too.
go, oh yeah,
And I
zombies
think
are kind
that's
of
a
boring to
great
fight.
summary of this discussion.
Humans are actually more interesting.
Pre-order Dying Light 2 and explore its
A lot of
vast,
people demanding in the
complex
chat,
world
Leo, for us
on
to get a
December
slowly
7th.
rotating loud fan
Thanks, David.
behind
Thank you.
behind us in the MinnMax studio. We'll see what we can do.
Okay.
Oh. Is that like a reload outfit that I can wear?
For the first time in the storied history of the franchise, Microsoft Flight Simulator launched on a home console with the release on Xbox Series X and S last month. Reviewers and gamers alike were blown away by how well the stunning visuals and the
That's
depth
interesting.
of the simulation translated
Isn't that
to the
interesting?
console, and that's why
Yeah.
I'm extremely honored to welcome the
Probably
head
more
of
people
Microsoft
watched it
Flight
on Twitch
Simulator,
than played
York
it.
Newman,
Yeah.
to the stream. York, thank you for being here. The last time we met was at the Xbox Game Showcase, and it was getting ready to come out on consoles. How did that go?
It went great. As you said, the reaction to the Xbox
We're ruined,
console launch
Paris.
was really just amazing. Both
Well, it was
from
the start of the
Xbox
darkest
gamers
chapter
and
of
from the
my
press.
life.
They've been so gracious with their feedback. I don't know if you
Welcome
know,
to the
but
new dark ages.
Flight Simulator is one of the highest rated games on Xbox this year, which I think is just great.
I really
validation,
think it would
that
rock
the
if
that the
Microsoft,
translation of the simulation to the
as a
console
tie-in
has
for their other
really
big
worked well.
games, you know, when Halo was coming
our
out,
usage numbers
had
are
a
through the
Halo
roof.
above Earth that you
We
could
are
fly to in
absolutely
Microsoft
shattering
Flight Simulator.
franchise records.
Just
and I can
added
tell you,
fictional
there's never been more people
worlds.
playing
That would
Flight
be
Simulator
awesome.
than right now. So it's
That's
an
really
awesome
smart.
time.
That is awesome. Congratulations on the launch, really. But
Honestly, that is a really smart idea, Leo. Think they could do it? Oh, wait a minute.
I can do it.
All right.
I want to go to the danger zone. So what's going on with Top Gun?
There's so much going on, Paris. So you and I talked about Top Gun Maverick earlier.
Leo, if you were
the fans
hosting
are
this
super
stream
excited. They saw the
and
F-18,
Microsoft
they
asked you to
can't
do
wait to
that,
start
would you
flying.
be all in?
And,
Or
as
to
you
be
know,
like,
it comes out
I don't think
later
I
this
can pull it
year as
off?
free DLC alongside the movie.
I would be.
But as the movie is
I would be
still
all
on
in.
the wraps,
Okay.
so are we. So
I think he
can
pulled it off
still
better
not
than I
tell
would.
you that
Okay.
much about it. But there's
But,
so
you know,
much
they would be
else
paying
going
me a
on,
lot of
even
money,
before
so,
Maverick.
yeah.
So
I would be all in.
we are continuing to do our monthly big releases that we've been doing for a long time. And next month, on September 7th, we are launching World Update 6. And this world update, I mean, at the beginning of the show, if you remember, there was a little red
Now he's
plane
coming into the
flying
glasses, like,
alone.
when do I take
But
these
we
off?
did that because World Update 6 updates that region.
I can't
the
see
region
you
of
anymore, but I'm
Gamescom. So
nodding.
Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. And what
If
that
I
means
polled
to us is
100
we have new
people,
aerial
Leo, on the
and satellite
sidewalk,
images.
how many
We have
would
a new
know
elevation
that
map
A,
that helps
a
us with
new
the
Top
mountains, so the Alps
Gun
actually look
movie
awesome
is
now.
coming out,
We have
B,
new 3D cities like Frankfurt
think
and
that it
Wuppertal in
already
Germany,
came out a year and a
we have
half
Basel
ago,
in Switzerland.
or
we have
C,
Vienna and Graz
know
in
that it's still
Austria.
coming up?
And those cities
I think that
look
question
just
was pretty
amazing.
clear.
They're
That-
amazing. They have like
I'll let
7
you field the
centimeters
answer.
resolution, and it's awesome. But we
60%.
want to celebrate the entire region. So we
All right,
picked
you've passed
100
this
of
riddle.
the
You
most
may
scenic
enter the
places,
bridge.
the most famous landmarks. And we call those
I mean,
POIs.
I don't have a good gauge for that because I have,
spread
you
them
know,
throughout the simulation.
ads
and,
turned off
And we also added
on a lot of
airports. We
places,
did
like YouTube
Lübeck
Premium and stuff.
And
So
Stuttgart
I
don't
in
know.
Germany. And
There could be
Klagenfurt in
massive
Austria
ad
and
campaigns
St.
for
Gallen
it that I
in
don't know about.
Switzerland.
But they've been going on for 2 years now.
And what it ties it all
Right.
together is missions. We're having new discovery flights.
Can't
we have
Blink
new,
asks, oh, it
landing
says
challenges,
D,
and we have
what's
new,
Top Gun?
sort of tours
Yeah,
of the country.
that's good.
So
Yeah,
they fly you
there's
about
also an
all the
E,
awesome
number
looking
of people
places
that
and really
think
celebrate the beauty of this region.
Naked
of Earth.
Gun is Top
And
Gun.
this
They
is a
get those
celebration,
confused.
of
There's
DAF,
probably a
of
lot.
Germany,
A lot of
Austria,
people
and
thinking it's
Switzerland.
Top
I'm so
Spin
happy
Tennis.
to be able to announce the date
lot
here
of
at
that.
It's a
Gamescom.
confusing name.
You know, That is really incredible, all the different regions and everything that you're
Top
gonna
Gun,
have,
a
and
reboot is
the
just
way
such
that
a.
you're going to be able to actually highlight those.
I think it's
people just
really
assume
cool,
that people have heard of it because it's
not
old.
just the region and the visuals,
and so they must love it also.
We talked a lot when you
Leo, I got
study
bad
aviation,
news.
when you love
There are a
aviation
lot
like
of people
we do,
older than you that just
you actually
default love
realize
a
that
lot of the things that they
regions
grew
of
up
Earth
with.
have a
So
very
I think you might be out on a limb here,
special
man.
With flying, with
Yeah, I'm
aviation.
sure that's
Sometimes
true.
It's,
It's just
the
there's
first
an
experiments
assumed
with
legacy
aircraft
to
or a
things like
famous
Top Gun that
pilot
just
or
have
a
I've
feat
never
of
come across in
aviation
my
or like a local
27 years on
manufacturer.
Earth.
Right.
So we thought to
You've never
ourselves,
like
why
gone
do
to
we
hang
not
out at
use
somebody's
these
house and they have a
world
Top
updates to
Gun
celebrate
poster
the
on their
planes?
wall or something.
So we are launching a
Right.
new
Or
series.
just
It's
once
what we
anybody
call
going
Local
like,
Legends.
yeah, oh,
And
what
think
about
that as
Top
planes
Gun
that are
though?
locally well known, like in that
I mean,
region, but outside of the
what
world,
about
not
just
so
like
much.
for the dumb
But
jokes? I mean,
why not
surely you
use the
saw
world
people
updates
on
to
Twitter
highlight
making
this, to
fun
bring
of
these
that
awesome machines to a
volleyball
worldwide
scene and
audience.
stuff. Like, does that
That
count?
is
World Update
the
is
only
relevant.
thing
We
that's
picked,
persisted,
a
yeah.
German plane
Yeah.
from the 1930s.
Yeah, it's weird that a
called
movie all about
Junkers U-52.
dogfighting and kick-ass
In Germany,
planes is
it's
just known
actually
because like,
lovingly
yeah, some hot
named,
guys took their clothes
Tante
off
U,
and
so
played
Aunt U.
volleyball once.
And
Like
we
that's,
think of us
I
as
think that's a
sort of
volleyball
digital-
movie from what I can tell
preservation.
online.
So we really want to get these
Right,
planes
and
to
who has the
extreme
strongest
level of detail.
arm?
We're going
Right.
out of
Top
our way
Gun?
to really go deep. So we're doing a full scan. We take full scans.
Leo,
of
have
the
you ever heard
outside
of,
and the
something
inside,
called
as
spike
detailed
ball?
as 1 millimeter, which is as good as you can.
Maybe,
as
remind me.
really do this. And then we're working with for the Junkers. We
best
worked
friend
with Bernd
Ronnie
Junkers,
over there
who is
was
the
insisting
grandson
that
of
it
the
was
original
all
creator of
over
the plane,
every
Hugo
park in the
Junkers. And he's
cities and
helping us.
all
He has
over
a ton of
TikTok.
inside and material.
It's this
Then we
yard
worked with an
game where it's like a
organization that
little
is
kind of
preserving one of the last surviving
trampoline
examples
that you
of
put
the
in
Yeah.
the yard, and then
So
you
they
like
let
throw
us
a
scan
little
and take
mini
photographs,
volleyball
and
at
then we
it,
were lucky
and it
that
bounces
we
up on a
had
train.
a
You have
pilot
seen that?
actually
I've
flew
seen that.
one of
I saw
those
that
planes
within the
when it
last
was
couple
still
weeks
flying in
on
the real
an old
world.
episode of
And
Shark Tank.
He lets us know like
Oh,
is the cockpit
weird.
right, and the sound
You're
right,
Yeah.
does it feel
So
right
you're
in the air?
watching old episodes
so
of
we're having a
Shark Tank?
blast working with these
Yeah, well,
experts
the
to
new
really bring
episodes
these-
ran
to celebrate
out.
this plane, to
What do you
bring
want me
them
to
back.
I guess that's
So
tough.
this is
Yeah, I
almost
think
like
that's right.
you're
Yeah, I think
creating
Ronnie
like a
mentioned that that's
digital
originally where it
museum
came
for
from.
aviation inside
But
Microsoft Flight
apparently
Simulator.
it's
Yeah, I mean it's
It's
basically
booming,
that. It's a
dude. If
museum
you
with
don't have
flyable
stock in
planes.
spike
So
ball,
we're
you're
working
a
with,
damn fool.
40 museums around
My
the world.
portfolio's
and
spiking.
it's honestly one of the funnest parts of the job. You end up
Oh,
working with
Killslayer
these
says
curators
Spikeball
of
rules,
planes. These are
actually.
their babies.
There
And
we
they sort
go.
of see the
Says he
tooth
comes
of
from a
time
big
in the real
Spikeball
world, sort of
family.
nagging on their remaining
Congratulations.
planes, and they're so happy when
Ooh,
we come
Joseph
in
Dowdy,
with
deepest
our
dive on
scanning
Spikeball.
equipment,
Not a
and
bad
we're
idea.
basically
Not a bad
capturing
idea.
the planes and they
Every
know that
angle.
we can digitally preserve them in perpetuity, and we're actually giving those scans back to the museum so they can do something with it. And it's a great.
He's still wearing
collaboration.
that jacket, Leo.
And we're actually not just looking back in
Keep
the
it up.
history of
Can somebody
aviation,
in
we're
chat
also
sum
looking
up
towards
what
the
they're
future.
talking
So
about
I have
here?
another announcement. We are working
think
with
they're
a
talking about
fascinating German
Spikeball?
company called Volocopter.
Yeah.
And they're making
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they
an
brought it up. I'm trying to remember where that came
eVTOL
from.
air taxi for urban traffic.
Jawarhello
So
says
they have a
Spikeball
vision
stream
of the
win.
future,
That would be
how
fun. I would love to
these
put that as a new show
drone-type,
plus option
machines
at some point.
basically
Because
connect
Leo,
people in large cities.
Hey,
We're working directly
come on,
with the
buddies. Leo, here's the thing.
Okay.
Wouldn't it be kind of fun to have like multicam, like a multicam take on like some sort of live event, like us playing Spikeball out in a field? Because we could just have one person as kind of like the switcher, and just have everybody call in with their phones through Discord, and then you could kind of switch between the camera shots just by switching to different Discord options for the stream. Would that work as like a multicam setup?
You'd have to mute everyone except for one that's just like only
Right.
the voice one.
Yeah. Do you think
The
that
microphone
it
one.
seems really cool in my mind, but is there any world where that would work?
I'm switching between our cameras right now as a way to test it out. It's
Yeah.
kind of doing a little fade thing.
That's fine. I can tolerate that, right?
That would be fine.
Okay, here
I
we
think it's
go.
a great idea.
Thank you. Oh, Chris Fader said her stream is muted. I fixed it. Don't worry. Some troubleshooting.
That happens when the stream gets boring sometimes. It's a tech thing we run into.
Not that we don't respect the hell out of this game, but it's just a lot. Oh, that was a tease.
We respect the hell out of this game. We don't automatically respect everyone who talks about it.
I think that
we'll say that.
I respect that person's career.
You know I like going fast, and you
I
know
just
I
don't wanna
love being
hear
in
about
the
it right
danger
now.
zone. When is this coming out?
Man, these planes, they fly 500 miles, faster than 500 miles an hour.
That was a
50
trick.
to
That
250
felt like the
feet above
outro, but it
ground.
wasn't the outro,
So
Leo.
you are definitely going to be in the danger zone. I mean, without going into
That was a
much
fun
detail,
little break
this
from the action.
Reno Air Race is actually the largest expansion
to
we
it.
have since we launched on Flight Simulator. It's not just because we scanned all the famous race planes of the world. There's lots of them.
So he took the sunglasses off
this
for a
is
bit,
also
right,
the
and then
first
put 'em
time that
back
you can
on?
basically race against your friends and pilots
Did he?
across the planet.
I think so.
And so a competitive multiplayer is coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Whoa!
And that
Wow.
will definitely test your pilot skills. And you ask, when is it coming out? This is coming out this fall, so it's right around the corner.
Oh, that is fantastic. And you know I have the need for speed. So
We got
I
it.
can't
We've seen the
wait
film.
to get my hands on this and participate in some of these
Sorry,
areas.
I will stop
Awesome, man.
critiquing
We got you
presenters.
covered.
All right, thank you. If going fast on the ground is more your speed, keep an eye out for an extended look at Forza Horizon 5 later on in the stream.
I like its transition
We'll also
from Need
talk
for
with
Speed to
Wasteland
Forza
3
Horizon
director
5, like,
about
no
the game's
relation.
next big DLC.
Fun
But
little
first,
anecdote. I just
if you're an
recently
Xbox Game Pass
saw that
subscriber,
Need for
we have
Speed was
some
on a
great news for
streaming
you.
service and then didn't watch it.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that was supposed
Aaron
to
Paul's
be.
Need for Speed.
That was supposed to be Aaron Paul's big break, huh? Like, has he had a great role since Breaking Bad?
I don't know about great. I know he was on BoJack Horseman.
Oh, okay.
All run.
He was in the Final Fantasy 15 film. So, Kingsglaive? Is that what that was called? Yep. Nick Fontaine says he was great in El Camino. That's true. His greatest role. I was just talking about El Camino the other day. Like, that was such a. Did you watch that, Leo? The Breaking Bad movie?
Yeah.
It's weird. It really felt like Breaking Bad DLC, where it's like optional, but all right, close enough to the real thing. It's a nice way to revisit stuff.
Fun little side story.
Yeah.
We can pretend that Todd looks anything like he did when they filmed the show.
Right. Jonathan Friend says he's in Westworld. That's right. Okay, so that's like season, 3 of Westworld he comes in? Is that what they're in?
Yeah.
Hey, Game Pass games. All right. Signalis. There's a cool look to it.
Yeah.
Unsighted. What is that game? What? Who needs a Famicom Detective Club when you have a Chinatown Detective Agency?
So true. That fighting one looks interesting. Midnight Fight Express, is that what it's called?
Yeah. Joseph Dowdy asked if these are Mindy's. Yes, technically Mindy's.
Mindy's Kalings.
Looks good.
Yep,
Game Pass still
somehow
good.
They did it. They added
There you go.
even more games to Game Pass. But let's talk about what's coming up. We're talking Age of Empires 4, the game's creative director, and we're going to see what's next for Sea of Thieves. But now we've got a new roguelike retro shooter that
It's like
in
she's
grand
in an
retro
Xbox
fashion
Series X.
sends you plundering through shifting dungeons to defeat a mysterious eldritch terror. Let's dive into the pit.
She's having fun. She's having fun.
Sea of Thieves more like Sea of Minus? Was that a Thanksgiving joke?
I think it might have been. But do you want to like try it like it's fresh right now?
Sea of Thieves? Well, no, the problem is they made it good, and that's what ruined that joke. I wish it
Right.
had been middling to bad.
It would have helped out your comedy career, yeah.
Yeah, I could have been coasting on that.
Yeah. You looking forward to that Thanksgiving joke fest, Leo?
Oh, yeah.
How do you want to do it this year? Do you still want to? Because I think we talked about like, should we randomize it so you don't write your own jokes? It's just like a grab bag of jokes.
I think that'd be fun to try and be able to pull the ripcord on.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, you want a ripcord?
This is strange.
Yeah.
Using your little hands? It feels like maybe that would be a VR thing. But maybe I'm just a VR nut.
Yeah. Microsoft doesn't believe in that stuff, Leo.
Right.
Well, I am here with
AR
creative
only.
director of
That's
World's
right.
Edge, Adam Eisgren. And Adam, I'm
Kind
so
of.
excited to talk Age 4, of course, because you've brought something
Age 4,
a
it's what the
little
cool kids
different
call
and
it,
very
apparently.
special today.
Yeah, I have. So, so far we've been showing everyone kind of what Age looks like from in the game, when you're playing it. You've gotten to see a lot of footage of that. And we've also shown a little bit of our campaigns, right? Through when we unveiled the 100 Years' War and showed Joan of Arc. But we have yet another way in Age of Empires 4 that we're kind of bringing history to life that we haven't talked about yet.
See, you do
The
this to
documentary
me.
stuff?
You put me in suspense. I want to know more, so let's go with it. Let's hear it more.
Okay, wait, you get one moment of suspense. Okay, that's enough. So what we brought today is we have these wonderful little videos that we've created that are interspersed.
You know, I think the problem is, Hanson, I think the funniest joke in the world wouldn't land on in a conference like this.
And they're called
You're
Hands on
right.
History.
It's like an outdoor comedy festival. It's just like a tough room.
Deep dive on certain fun
It's always going to come across as
awkward,
and I don't know why that is. I think it's like such a history of awkwardness has made it impossible to see it in any other lens.
Yes.
Comedy, of course, requires, comfort.
We are going to show you the segment on
I encourage you to watch Anna Perna's showcase from a while ago, though, because they had like, it was like edited and stuff, and just kind of like little vignettes amongst different teams. But it genuinely made me laugh out loud a couple times by myself. Like I think they did it. They did it well.
Right on.
It was the king of all siege engines, a catapult capable of smashing down castle
I love
walls
documentaries,
from
Leo.
great
I love Age of
distances.
Empires. I don't know about this as a selling point, that like we've included wonderful little videos in Age of Empires 4.
At Warwick Castle in England.
So these are in the game.
they've
Yes,
built a
I think they're
replica,
scattered throughout the campaign.
One of the largest in the world.
It'll get a certain type of
Originating in
person
7th century
interested,
China,
but I feel like that
by the
person would already be
13th
interested.
Yes.
Trebuchets
You mean the most
evolved into
hardcore of the Age of Empires fans?
devastatingly
Yeah.
powerful weapons.
Yeah.
That are interested in trebuchet
Such
physics?
a simple design, but so effective.
It has several
But
key
good for
features.
them.
A
Sure they'll
pivoted
enjoy it.
arm with a weight at one end, and a
I wish
sling
like this host
to
came
hold the
out and
projectile
was
at the
just
other.
as gung-ho about
prime,
medieval
the 6-ton
warfare
weight
as
is
the
raised
other one was about
using
going
tread
fast.
wheels.
So this is one of the wheels,
Yeah.
one of two that's attached to an
You know, in
axle,
Chivalry 2, you can
which would
stand
lift
on the
the
catapult thing,
counterweight,
and they
weighing
can
6
launch you
tons.
out of
It's
it.
That's
based on
good.
muscle
Good
power
job,
alone.
games.
Good
That's
job,
that's
games.
my favorite
about launching a projectile as
fantasy
far
of
as
game
possible
design
making sure
is
that
imagining
this
that
end of the
conversation
arm
of like,
is
well,
moving as
players can
fast
do
as
this, and then
possible.
someone on the team
So
says,
once that
good.
weight drops, it
Yeah,
really
I'm
sends
glad they
this
can do
end
that.
of the
That's fun.
arm
That's what we're
You're
trying to do
welcome.
here,
at
right?
its highest velocity.
This was done by positioning the pivot close to the counterweight.
This is
and by launching the
unbelievable
projectile
content.
from a sling. When released, the sling whips
Hell
round,
yeah.
vastly increasing the launch speed.
I mean,
So
They
the
can-
justification for this being in this conference
Trebuchets
is
were
because
carefully
this
aimed,
is a demonstration
like
of something
modern
that's
guns.
actually in the game. Otherwise, obviously, crazy to
In order
include
to
it in a
weaken the
conference.
castle walls or
Absolutely.
even breach them, you had to make sure that the projectiles
also,
hit the
hey,
same spot
hey,
every single
people,
time.
1,000 years ago,
for each
you could make
projectile
this,
to follow
you couldn't
the
make a
same
microwave? Come
They all
on.
had to be the same
Yeah,
weight
couldn't
and
figure out a
shape.
fidget spinner?
To achieve this, masons
It is
used a
crazy.
gauge.
Like, that looks so complicated.
Now I'm going to
Yeah.
load this projectile
You know?
into the sling. Oh, this one must
Military
weigh about
industrial
25
complex.
kilograms, but some projectiles
can work
can get up to
wonders, is what you're saying?
150
Speeds
kilograms.
forward.
That's the weight of 2 men.
Inventions.
Trebuchets were also used to throw burning tar.
They should use this
beehives,
trebuchet
even
just
dead
to, like,
bodies. Anything to cause
for some green
maximum
energy,
distress
you
to
know?
the
It's like a
enemy.
windmill, but just like one little turn of a windmill. Is it too much to ask, Leo?
Did you hear that whoosh?
For it to just have a hammer
was
on
the
the end and it
counterweight
hits a little
trebuchet's
thing that
lethal
converts,
combination
stores
of
the
power
energy.
and
Yeah.
accuracy
Look, I'm no physicist, but
that
something like
made it
that
the ultimate medieval siege
seems
weapon.
like infinite free energy.
I mean, yeah. It still requires a person, right? To crank it. I didn't pay that close attention
You
to
know
the
I'm gonna say
video.
trouble. Yay! Don't care 'cause that
Leo,
is awesome.
trust me, if
And
there's one thing we have an infinite
remarkably,
resource of
something
on
you
the
don't see in
internet,
games
it's
very often.
people cranking
so,
it, right, Leo?
you know, one of
Oh,
the
so
things
true.
we
But I
really
mean,
what we're
you
gonna do
can
with Age
maybe
of
there's a
Empires
more
4.
efficient way. If a person
There's a
is
phrase I'm
doing
really
it
fond
to
of,
make
which
the
is,
energy
history
anyway,
is
maybe
only
there's
as
a more
interesting
efficient to
as the
turn
people who
their
taught it to
efforts
you.
into
And
energy.
you could say that about any subject, really, right? But I think the great thing is when you have someone that's so enthusiastic and passionate about history, it really comes across. And we wanted to be that kind of teacher for history. And there's a phrase called humanized history that I use to kind of describe what we tried to do, which is we tried to like connect past and present. And you can see that kind of in our briefings as well, where we've got like real stuff with like CG kind of overlaid.
Sorry, the trebuchet part always gets to me.
And so
She thinks it won't fire, and then it does
we really
fire.
wanted to do that same thing. So we
Did you see how it slings the
ourselves
thing
and
forward?
Relic partnered with this amazing group in the UK.
Didn't hit the castle, but you
called
can imagine.
Lion TV, and they've done production on an amazing amount of shows and documentaries for the BBC, and won every award you can imagine for media. And they travel to
Tony?
all of these locations in all these different countries to meet with these subject matter experts and get all
Game
of this
Award?
great footage on how things really worked and how things were made. And it's been delightful.
I just don't know, Leo. As somebody who is very excited for Age of Empires 4, like, it just makes me skeptical. Where it's like, you have an opportunity to talk about the game and show off the game. They haven't done it really that much.
Else that you can tell us fans about what
and this is their way to try and rope in more people is just to show off this thing.
Oh man,
it's really odd.
I think
where
my
I am
favorite is
with Age of Empires is specifically.
And I'm gonna let your imagination go.
Stop telling me about
show and what we might talk about in that one. But the thing I love about
so I
is
feel like
they,
as if I'm speaking for the regular not Age of Empires fan gamer, it's like tell me why I should be interested in it at this point. Like you have more to win back for having been talking about it for so damn long.
I know. History and
and this is not
falconing and like horse taming, armor creation.
Are they saying these words?
There's even one
excited?
on Mongolian instrumentation, which is really cool because those instruments we actually use them in the soundtrack for the Mongols when you're playing as them in the campaign in the game.
I mean, I just love the behemoth amount of history that you guys. Age of Empires.
Now, is there a game in this game? Just out of curiosity.
I also love to mention this to people that you and the team do so much research, and it's so great to see this approach being used. In
I guess everybody experiences history.
Approach like to sort of,
so maybe they're trying to think of like the widest audience they can appeal to. Is like, you know how you have a past? The world's had one too. Let's remind you of it in this discussion.
Is try to tell these
You're a human.
Different way. And
here's something some other humans did.
It's been insanely nerve-wracking because we're trying something completely different that no one's ever done before in a game, right? We're history, but we're a game, but we're teaching you things, but you're having fun. And finding that middle ground has been really challenging.
It's kind of fun. And leaning into it being like,
we've shown the
it's a game you can play in school is not
what's going to work. Like, people going to like this?
Come on, you guys, we're rooting for you. Just play the music and show a cool elephant stomping on stuff. Just something here.
It's so different and kind of cool and refreshing.
It's a modern-day treasure map
store. So far, so good, right? But yeah, it's been a journey, to get all this done and put the whole game together.
Yeah.
Well, I love that you mentioned journey because we are coming towards the end of this development journey for Age 4. Talk to me about where people can find and learn more about Age of Empires 4. I know they're all chomping at the bit.
Wikipedia.org.
October 28th, we are launching the game. You can go to ageofempires.com to learn more about the title. And if you're really, really excited, right now, you can go onto the Microsoft Store or Steam, pre-order the game right now. And of course,
yes, I will absolutely be streaming this game. I'm very much looking forward to
as well. So
playing this game when it comes out.
Just grab the game and
Are you going to get it on Microsoft Store or Steam?
Yes,
do you even have to
I
ask
believe
Leo?
you are a part of something very special.
Yes, so Gamescom opening night live.
I don't know. If you put a gun to my head and said open the Xbox Store on PC, I don't know.
So if you're a fan,
it might be installed already. I really couldn't tell you anything about it.
A bit of a tease.
Other than I bet the UI is bad.
And I like it very much. Adam, thank you so much for joining us here.
Always a pleasure, Kate.
Always a pleasure. Age of Empires 4 looks fantastic, so I can't.
Yeah, I want to give those things the benefit of the doubt, but every experience I've had with
now, we have
Microsoft
tons
stores
coming up here today, including a new update for State of Decay 2 and an extended.
They literally did not show
with our friends at Playground Games, but now
clip of gameplay.
Catch up
Am I
with
nuts?
Harry, who's
Gameplay what?
Flying the skies in Microsoft Flight Sim to a different
I'm sorry.
kind of cloud.
I forgot that videos of the Trebuchet
Kate.
are coming to Xbox
Cloud
Game
Gaming
Pass.
is already available on Windows PCs, mobile phones, and tablets. And now it's coming to Xbox consoles. The future with cloud gaming sounds bright. No waiting to install, no running out of hard drive space, no waiting to patch, and no buying
like
a
we've
new
heard
console
this sales
just to play
pitch
with your
before.
friends. See how the vision of cloud gaming will bring people together without barriers.
How's xCloud doing? Can you
so
play all the Game Pass on xCloud?
Gaming, those two things together to me really show you the future where you can pick up something.
I think it's still
and you can play it
beta.
anywhere,
I haven't
and
tried
you
it.
can do
Jeff was
quickly.
underwhelmed by it and talked about it on the podcast, and then we got a lot of comments being like, Jeffem's wrong. This is actually really great. So maybe Jeffem's wrong.
He actually liked it.
Yeah.
Cloud gaming is phenomenal. That's pretty great. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
This actually looks so good.
We're gonna need some more info here than just it's great.
That you love on your hard drive. Xbox Cloud Gaming is
so this is how you'll be able to play
right
current gen games on last gen, which is a cool idea.
Members, they will get to experience Xbox Cloud Gaming on whatever console they have.
Cloud gaming is really about looking at how people play differently. I know me in particular, sometimes I just have 20 minutes.
It should be as easy as finding the game that you look for on your console and just jumping right in.
We're targeting 1080p at 60 frames per second.
Okay. Justin Ray says it works okay for him.
This is the kind of stuff you need with cloud gaming.
Oh, 60 frames? That's actually
that looks fun. Is it Wreckfest?
The process itself to get into cloud gaming feels like you're playing on console, right? You go, you find the game you want, you press play.
So I mean, obviously it is as games get bigger and bigger, it becomes more enticing to have something like this.
For sure.
But yeah, I've never had an experience with it.
Titles that I don't have yet, I can just wait for them to send
where it was indistinguishable from the real thing.
Just so much more accessible.
Do you still get Stadia
I really
emails?
love the flexibility. That's awesome.
I don't.
Everything
I was at my
Xbox
friend's
is
house and
doing
he has a
right now is
Chromecast
just
and
getting rid of the limits.
He got Assassin's Creed Odyssey on Stadia, and it's just like alongside Hulu, Netflix, boot up Assassin's Creed Odyssey, like the things that presents him on his homepage. And that kind of use case seems worthwhile to me. Like a massive game that you want to check in for DLC or whatever, just on your main entertainment system.
That is cool.
Set up, ready to go already.
To play games that their hardware wouldn't have been able to play without it.
There's so much opportunity.
I mean, Leafeon says he loves Stadia in the chat. All right, I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
Play where they want to.
You're cool.
Sign me up. I'm ready for cloud gaming right now. Let's do it. When's the release date? When does it release?
The problem is, as a PC gamer, I'm a little piece of crap for 144 frames, you know? And I don't think any streaming services do that yet.
Right.
That could be wrong.
August 9th saw the release of the free optimized update for Hellblade.
I didn't know you were so far beyond
Series S and
60 frames at this point, Leo.
Beautiful and rich visuals, thanks to the addition of ray tracing and improved materials.
That's the problem.
Alongside performance updates, this is the perfect opportunity to relive Senua's journey or experience it for the first time. And if you haven't played this, do yourself a favor, grab a pair of headphones and immerse yourself into this world.
Agreed. Speaking of unique experiences on Game Pass,
Agreed.
the Xbox Plays team will be taking a look at some ID at Xbox titles over the next few days, including 12 Minutes and The Big Con.
They're also talking with developers from Halo, the Master Chief Collection.
Surprised to see
Forza
everybody
Horizon
hates
5,
12 Minutes.
And Destiny 2. So join the live
every single person on
burning
Earth
questions answered.
Right. I just saw Imran Khan on Twitter lighting it on fire. Yeah, it's
Speaking
quite
of
the
Forza
pivot.
Horizon
Is that
5,
the
don't
universal
forget our
Twitter take now? Is that game bad?
An extended look at their
That's
monument to
the only
motoring
one
in
I've
Mexico
seen.
later
Interesting.
That includes never-before-seen areas of the game map, plus cars that have never been in the Forza franchise before. I've loved everything.
The Oscar Mayer Wiener
mobile
mobile.
so far, and I can't wait.
Let's see, the Mystery Machine.
There's more games to check out, right?
Hockey
right,
rink
you
Zamboni.
are, Paris. Let's talk Wasteland 3. Their newest DLC introduces us to a new cult. The
A
cult
tech
of the
deck
Holy Detonation.
technically counts.
Holy detonation is life.
One plane that you can just taxi around would be really funny.
Within
That would be nice.
mountain weave.
Trebuchet says shipwreck.
Devolved into the mutations you see before you.
Good God. Is this Wasteland 3 DLC? I missed the setup.
The holy detonation's life-giving
Yeah, I don't know if we
glow
know.
should be shared
It looks like Wasteland 3 though.
everyone.
A game that reviewed very well and I have not heard anybody talk about.
Yeah, one of those games that certainly has its fans.
May the
Yeah.
light of the holy detonation purify you. Join us, Rangers.
Some people will. Good for them. I'm glad that team pulled it off.
Indeed.
Quite.
With new patches, bug fixes,
I love playing it day
and
one.
added features, like a fine wine, Wasteland 3 just gets better with age. To really savor the game's bouquet, we're talking with an exiled game director.
If it's
I
not
do like this guy.
David,
If
thank
it's
you
not
for
clear, we
joining us.
don't know how to talk about this game.
Thanks.
So in the trailer, we saw that the DLC is coming out on October
Some fans at 12 minutes in the chat.
But we
Some
know,
people didn't like
in
it.
Exile,
Oh, okay.
Wasteland 3, you
It's a
guys have
mix
been
here.
working on this for a very long time. So can you kind of talk about
People
that
ask how
journey?
long it
Yeah,
is.
our dev team has been
I don't know if that's a joke,
nonstop
Hydro Tower,
for
but I
trying
hear it's
to
like
make
6 hours or
Wasteland 3
so.
The best version of itself it could be. Over the past year since it's released, we've added features, we balanced, we've listened to the community, we fixed bugs, added stability.
I believe,
and I really think
he must be a new game
that
director for Wasteland 3, because I think Wasteland 3's game director is now at Frost Giant, working on that new RTS, kind of the StarCraft 2 spiritual successor.
On everything that you've been doing.
We interviewed them a little
Wasteland
while ago
3.
on our
Now,
channel.
this DLC is called The Cult of the Holy Detonation. Now, talk about that a little bit. Tell me what's going to go into this DLC. What should we be excited about?
Right. So you've heard of Cheyenne Mountain, right?
Yes.
For those who haven't, Cheyenne Mountain is.
All right, we got a Twitch poll. Have you heard of Cheyenne Mountain?
Buried deep in the heart of Cheyenne Mountain, in the middle of
We went
Colorado.
to Cheyenne Mountain.
It's designed to outlast a nuclear winter. And so when you hit level 16, an old friend calls you and says, "Hey, I need your help."
Sorry, it's 2 hours. We couldn't cut it down and roll tape.
All the secrets within. And as soon as you get there, you find 2 warring cults battling over supremacy, trying to take control of the Holy Detonation, which is this
everybody in the
experiment that they worship
on YouTube
as a
right now.
god.
Let us know.
And
light us
these
up.
cultists are
Give us your hottest questions. Leo and I are here. We're here to help. We'll fire it right back at you. Whatever. Hey, no question. Leo, I don't know about you. No question for me is off limits. Is any question off limits for you?
No delay. We will respond within 1 second of
right.
hearing the question.
That's right. And whenever you're ready. The question is, Alex James says, I love Xbox, but this sucks. I don't know if you forgot a question mark. Joel Koss says, are you enjoying this? It's all fine. Okay, Trebuchet or Catapult, which is better? I go Trebuchet. Okay, Leo, you take the next one, dude.
Point Break? No. Leo, what is your 10-second review of Stuart Little 2? Well, if we're getting into reviews now, that you have to redeem channel points for on Twitch.
Yeah, that's a Twitch
So
exclusive
can't do
thing.
that here.
Yeah. Swords and Wolves asks, what cult are you a part of? Hey, cult gaming. That's what I like to call it. What'd you have for breakfast? Asked Hydra Tower. I went to a coffee shop with Brian Vore, and I got a blueberry muffin. Little blue muff, as I like to call it. It was okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
What job class is Cloud? Nerd. Pineapple on pizza? Maybe. What's the surprise announcement you'd be most excited for? Top Gun 5 is in development.
Which outfit has been best? Great question. I'm going to go with Xbox shirt. What's with this stream? Well, the thing is, it's Microsoft, like that company from a while ago, like Bill Gates and stuff in the garage. And they're trying to get you to spend money on their stuff. That's kind of the core idea.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
But best Pop-Tarts flavor? Wild berry. Leo, have you played more of Splitgate? Yes, and I'm not good at it anymore.
Is a hot dog a sandwich? Roland Hudson? Yes. And Roland, tell us about your life. Tell us what compelled you to ask that in the year 2021. How you doing? You doing okay? What's happening over there? C Keyframes, would you ever improve a conference script for New Show Plus? I know what that means, but New Show Plus is all about experimenting, so sure. Leo,
so we could technically do anything.
Do you know what that means?
What was it? I didn't see it here.
Would you ever improve a conference script for New Show Plus?
So we have the full transcript of a conference and we punch it up and do a better conference.
Oh, thank you. That's kind of a fun idea. Is that New Show Plus show fun, Leo?
Yeah, that'd be fun. Or we could do it right now to this one.
Okay, yeah, I'll mute this gentleman, and you're promoting Wasteland 3's DLC. Take it away, Leo.
Wasteland 3 is all about giving free money to players. It's all about improving their lives, buying them homes, and just basically it's the most worthwhile game ever made. You'll be smarter, you'll read faster, you'll jump higher, you'll be big and strong. So I'm trying to go along with his hands now. You're going to be so big and strong after playing our game Wasteland 3. You're going to say, throw these other games out of the window. They're no good anymore. This is the only one that's worth my time. My only friend's Carbuncle now.
I'm waiting for my chance to jump in with a question, but I got to wait for that mouth to move. Leo, it's all you still, dude.
This could go on forever. The list of perks of playing Wasteland 3 are truly limitless. There's more and more and more. You know, it's crazy out here. You got Polyp in there. He says, do not be alarmed, etc. Sorry, I lost my voice for a second. I've just been talking for so long. Anyway, back to Wasteland 3 gameplay. Age of Empires 4 was supposed to have a lot of gameplay, but they couldn't figure it out in the back. They couldn't get it. They said, was it this button? Was it that button? Don't know how to press play on this thing. That's why my team is much smarter.
Oh, well, that's great. Now, I've been meaning to ask you, with Wasteland 3, does money make you happy if you get it after playing this game and receiving all of the rewards that you've been listing? Because you're listing things, but is it good?
Yeah, well, money is number one. People say money doesn't buy happiness, but it can buy things that do make you happy. You've got hot dogs, you've got hamburgers, you've got pizza, you've got apple pie. You've got all these things that make you happy, and you can't get them without money. Well, you could steal them, but it's easier to get them with money, and that's what Wasteland 3 is offering.
That's great. Thank you so much. And just to be clear, sandwiches are available on Game Pass right now. That's crazy. Just thinking about all this food on Game Pass. It's stupid not to sign up for this food program from Microsoft. We're feeding everybody in the world right now. Isn't that true?
It's absolutely true. If you're paying for Game Pass and you're getting xCloud, you can stream a sandwich.
Stream a sandwich. Liquefy a sandwich and put it in your mouth. Suck it out of the controller.
That's right.
Great. Well, coming up next, we have actual news.
Sea of Thieves has played host to some incredible crossovers, including unique ship sets inspired by games like Battletoads, State of Decay,
wow, this got boring all of a sudden,
and more. Today, we're excited to announce a brand new special event that will award players an all-new ship as a part of the latest wild crossover heading to Sea of Thieves. Better yet, this event begins tomorrow. So get ready to make some mayhem, and let's get our first look at this very special ship.
It's not real, it's just a game.
Okay. Oh no. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you gonna keep this stuff forever? People just, that's the problem with these seasonal events, is they feel like they can be really dumb with them because they're limited time, and then a ship that dumb will be in the game forever.
Right, right. We're gonna call it
free.
The Mayhem ship.
Guten Tag, everyone. Really cool to be a part of this all-digital Gamescom event.
Oh, never mind. The game is real. He's inside it.
What's the best way to kind of celebrate Gamescom and to
Leo,
be
this
a part
looks like
of
your
as
video essay set with that little window.
So we're really excited to reveal that we're bringing the Mayhem ship set that you just seen.
They got the angle as long as I get it too.
By Borderlands into Sea of Thieves, and we're giving all of our players a chance to earn it during kind of the Gamescom time period.
It's crazy,
so
just like Borderlands.
It's really cool to work with the Borderlands team to bring this ship to life, and giving all of our players the chance to earn it as part of this live event that we've cunningly
I think Johnny
titled
Depp was
Mayhem.
more exciting,
You might
frankly.
notice the link. So you can probably guess the kind of activities that are involved. But if you head to Larina at any of the outposts in the Sea of
Let's see.
Thieves
Shipwright
world,
wants to know, Ben, did you beat that Animorphs game? No, I did not. But apparently somebody in the comments told me what I was doing wrong. So now I'm locked in and I could beat it technically if I wanted to, even though it would take 1,000 hours probably.
So that's the time period you've got
I don't know if you caught into that, Leo, but I streamed this old Animorphs Game Boy Color game. The soundtrack is one of the most bonkers soundtracks I've ever heard in a game. It is like small loops that are like changing speed as they go. It is just a delightful abomination.
Awesome.
You gotta check it out, man. All right. Making mayhem. Making mayhem, making mayhem. State of Decay 3?
Hope.
Or State of Decay 2 DLC. State of Decay 2 it's got a massive update like a month ago.
Really?
But now, it's hope that brings us back together.
So they have the hope.
It reunites old friends. It builds new bonds. And in the face of a growing threat, hope.
I do hope this is a new DLC and not just an ad to remind you that it's still good.
Yeah. I need to go back to State of Decay 2.
I adore that game. I turned around on it so majorly. It's truly one of my favorites of the generation.
Wow. We will survive. Yeah, maybe we can put it in New Show Plus Bowl. I know it's kind of Nextlander's big thing because they're streaming it all the time, but I do kind of want to go back to it.
It's co-op and apparently new map.
Welcome back.
Cool.
To
And it
Trumbull
comes out on
Valley.
my birthday!
Comes on his birthday! Awesome.
Great.
What was it called again?
Homecoming.
Homecoming.
Well, just like zombies
I'll be
themselves,
damned.
it seems everything old is new again in State of Decay 2. And we have a guest to walk us through this Undead update. Please join me in welcoming Undead Labs Director of Communications, Wanda Russell.
Now this I'll hear them talk about.
Hello, I'm great. It's great to be here. Talk about the Homecoming update releasing on September 1st. We are very excited.
Leo's
to get this in
birthday.
players' hands.
You are indeed.
And
so
they
let's
both look
talk
directly
about
at the
Homecoming
camera.
Update. Obviously, we are coming back to Trumbull Valley. We were there for Heartland, the update back in 2019. Talk to me about the differences, and I'll sit right here and listen because you're adorable.
So Heartland is the story mode within the game, but it's a very linear,
call a developer
narrative-driven
adorable?
experience. You know, players couldn't move their communities there.
Her name is
so
Wonder
that's all changed
Russell?
with the Trumbull Valley map. It is the
That's
fifth
amazing.
open world map.
Wow.
It's fully remastered, and it expands into 2 territories that were completely inaccessible in Heartland. So players can return to Trumbull Valley with their communities, start new communities there, and really start exploring everything that the new map has to offer.
So then, would Homecoming be a sequel then to Heartland?
Yeah, exactly right. So the events in Heartland kind of play out. You see what happens in Trumbull Valley. So we think of it as the third part of our Trumbull saga that began when the original State of Decay game continued into Heartland.
Dr. Seuss's
And now we
Trumbull
see
saga.
What has happened since then and what storylines might be coming to a close. So there is a lot for players to discover, a lot of environmental storytelling to find. And, you know, things have changed. So this isn't the Trumbull Valley that players might remember.
It's crazy they're still updating State of Decay 2.
Well, and anytime you expand something
I
like
was
Trumbull Valley, you just
surprised.
have to have a juggernaut of content, pun intended.
For sure, and it's like
Talk
fun
to me a little bit
systems
about
updates.
what
Like the
some of
update
those
this
things
summer
are
was
that players can get in on
like
here now
completely
in the
changing the way you
expanded
interact with
Trumbull Valley.
outposts.
Yes, a
like
ton of
being
new
able to
content.
upgrade
In fact, we're
the
doing
individual
something
outposts you're
unique
getting.
with the Trumbull
Wow.
Valley map. There are items there that you can only find on that map and nowhere else in the game, including 12 new hats and outfits, 10 new very cool weapons. We've got 6 new bases, 2 new achievements for achievement
And they just added
hunters.
weapon swapping.
And on top of that, we are adding the game's 12th
Swapping.
bounty
Like,
pack. So that
swapping
will be
between
available,
2
from the
weapons at a
bounty
given
broker
time, you know,
across all
shotgun and
maps. I have
pistol.
to
That
say,
wasn't
they
in
are
there
some
before?
of the coolest
Yeah.
weapons
That's
I've
like a
ever
big
seen
update
go
to
into the
suddenly
game.
do with
I'm
so
so
many years in.
excited for
Yeah.
people to find them.
A juggernaut amount of content, and I don't care who
Yes,
sees that
I
second
love
pun
it.
of the day. That works out great. But let's talk about the State of Decay community, because it's absolutely an integral part to this entire franchise. And State of Decay being on Xbox Game Pass, how has that impacted the community? How has that impacted the game? Talk to me about those.
It's been fantastic.
Well, it's been the start of the
And, you know,
darkest
we
chapter
have
of
an
my
amazing community. We love them so much. In fact, one of the reasons we're doing Trumbull Valley as a map is because it was one of the most requested features from the community, which also makes it very exciting for us to be able to say, we did it, you get it. And we have a major milestone that we're celebrating. State of Decay 2 has 10 million lifetime players.
10 million lifetime hang your hat on that. I absolutely love that. That is
Really grateful.
Cool.
Incredible, amazing news. Congratulations to you and the entire team at
Thank
Undead
you.
Labs, man. Fantastic work. Well, speaking of Xbox Game Pass, let's give me the deets one more time when it comes to the update.
So the update releases September 1st. It's a free update for all State of Decay 2 owners, and it's included with Xbox Game Pass.
And we can jump right
Happy
to it, do you think?
Homecoming.
I love it. Thank you, Wonder, very much.
Gameplay of it?
Yeah.
Now we move from Trumbull Valley to the Lost Valley of Akria. This mystical location trades zombies for ancient warrior clans, forgotten temples of long dead god
Plants?
kings, and a healthy dose of hack and
Plants?
slash. All this awaits in Strayblade.
Strayblade.
Ha, ba, ba, ha, ba, ba. All right. Shipwright points out, yeah, not much actual gameplay has been shown this entire conference. That is alarming. Just roll some gameplay over the top of them talking. You already have this
Totally.
game. Like, you know, it's coming out September 1st. It's done.
Ooh, gameplay we've already seen even is fine.
In
Right.
Strayblade, you discover the mystical lost valley of
at
Akria,
that little guy.
a world which ranges from overgrown temple ruins to frozen caves and
cute
winding
little guy.
canyons. A game world that changes based on
Yeah,
your
Leo,
victories.
I know you're looking at him, but do you see the little guy?
Blade combat. If that weren't enough, you
I
even
see
get
him,
a
but I do
fuzzy
not
little
know
pal
him.
to help you out. Between the epic fights and this small guy, there's clearly a lot going on here. So let's hear more from Point Blank Games about Strayblade.
Hello everybody, I'm Leonard Kausch, game director at Point Blank Games.
Look out behind you!
Look out! The blade is very stray!
Strayblade is an action RPG where you play a rogue adventurer who's exploring the ancient valley of Akria with his companion, a witty wolf named Boji. Unveil the history of the Forgotten Valley, muster the powers of the 3 Akrian metals to restore balance to this war-torn land.
That is the how, as well as the why.
Combat and exploration
That audio
are
makes
the
us
2
weird.
key elements of our game.
Loud ambience.
Let's dive into the combat first. Our combat system merges strategic anticipation of enemy attacks with split-second blade-to-blade
Hey, look, Leo, they're like
reactions.
breaking down gameplay.
It is the
It's
high
crazy.
noon of skill-based melee weapon combat.
You
To
can do
achieve
that?
we put our hearts into creating
Feels like
fluid,
cheating for a
well-readable
conference.
animations and epic cinematic finishes. You can choose from multiple weapon categories that can be combined to fit your playstyle. Now, let's take a look at the exploration. Akria's colorful world ranges from overgrown city ruins
Could I
to
have
frozen
convinced you
caves
that this
and
is
winding
Godfall,
canyons.
Leo?
Together with your companion, explore the deepest corners of
Maybe.
an ever-changing world,
Okay.
bristling with adventure.
You know, it was giving
Every
me
discovery holds
console
treasure.
launch
Find rare
game
materials,
vibes.
recipes,
Yes.
weapons, lore pieces, and beautiful places.
DMOC
Change is
52
part of
says,
the
"Hey
journey,
Ben, can you
where
ask them
every
if this game has
victory impacts the
multiplayer?
world
Thanks."
around you. When you die, time keeps
Yeah.
moving forward.
Question in the
Enemies
back.
can't
Yeah, those are
stay
other
dead.
players.
New foes
Oh.
invade camps.
Oh,
that
thank you for taking
abandoned.
this one. Yeah.
And when Boji revives you, only one thing is certain: the change you brought shapes what now awaits you. And of course, get ready for epic boss fights.
Yes.
Watch the horns lock in.
We hope you enjoyed the first look at Strayblade, which will be out next year. And keep an eye on our social
Right
media
on.
channels for more information.
Great.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
We'll see you.
Everybody say thank you in the chat, please.
Next up, one of
be
the
more
most
grateful
unique
for all this
games
information.
finally comes to Xbox.
Yeah, unique. As in, my evil twin murdered 4 of my husbands because they secretly are in love with me. Unique.
In case that didn't tip you off, we're talking about Crusader Kings III, the medieval grand strategy and role-playing game that has you trying to defend your
people are
royal
starting
line
to say
from
thank
those
you.
that would conquer your kingdom.
I think, Leo, we might have gotten like
Twins, apparently.
3 thank yous.
Yeah. It's coming to Xbox as an adaptation,
I'll
not
take
a direct port, meaning
You'll
that the
take
UI
that?
and controls have been refined.
These developers aren't
to
going to
bring
keep coming
that
back
grand
unless we keep
strategy
thanking them.
experience
Okay, now they're coming. Okay, thank you.
Not to mention bringing the grand strategy experience to my comfy living room couch.
We'll all be ruling from our throne room soon enough. Check out Crusader Kings 3, now coming to Xbox consoles.
What was your final verdict on Crusader Kings 3, Leo?
Cool game. Didn't pull me in long term.
My son, we must
But
never
a wonderful little
forget
story
the crimes
generator.
committed against us.
And not as
Your
hard to
father
learn as I feared.
sought his
great.
glorious revenge and failed.
I'm a critic, and I acclaimed it.
Never understood that the greatest wars are won with weddings, not warriors. With daggers, not swords.
Interesting. Interesting distinction.
Only the small
Next gen, here we go.
measure success across the span of a single life. The real game is
Look how big those guys are.
across generations.
That's next gen.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, Leafeon points out not one trebuchet so far, which is a blunder on their part.
Cunning.
For sure.
Ah! Oh, I thought that was an arrow. Have any of us tried Humankind? I haven't tried Humankind yet, the Sega 4X, but I hear it's solid, but not revolutionary, right?
That's what I've heard.
Crusader
Good for
Kings
people who like
3
those
is
types of games.
wild. You really haven't lived until you've made an 8-year-old the King of England.
Well, it's nice to have hobbies. We've all gotten into some weird stuff this past year.
Weird like diving into people's brains and exploring their mental universes projected into
It's
a
here, Leo,
psychedelic
it's here.
60s wonderland kind of weird?
They're doing it.
Exactly that kind of weird, which means I am so excited for Psychonauts to finally get a sequel. It has been so long.
There really is something special about Psychonauts, isn't it?
There really
Isn't
is
it?
indeed. Now, think about this. 2005, when Psychonauts originally came
I wish
out,
they
was
just
a different
talked
time
to
for
each other.
gaming. Most of the biggest games that year, we're talking Resident Evil 4,
Instead of reading
Battlefield
the
2,
prompter
Call
to
of
each other?
Duty
Right.
2.
They need
were
like
great
the
games,
CM
for
Punk
sure.
pipe
They were all big, beefy
bomb.
shooter
Is that what that thing was called?
Meanwhile,
Just
Psychonauts
go off script,
had
baby.
humor,
Just start
whimsy,
talking
and
about the
surprisingly
actual game
heartfelt
and what's cool
moments.
about it.
It was an oasis
Please.
of color and humanity in an era when games were increasingly turning grimy, dark, and combative.
Not to mention having some
Frankly,
deceptively
combative.
deep character moments.
That's why the original is considered a cult classic.
Show footage of the original
It has been a long
then.
time coming, and it is finally here. Enjoy this long-awaited launch trailer for Psychonauts.
What is it?
Psychonauts what?
This takes one.
Making Reyes look as cool as possible. Love it. Fun.
Psychic powers, he dives into your mind.
My name is Raz, and I'm the new intern. And today is my first day on the job.
Get ready, Rasputin.
Did you forget everything I taught you about levitation, Rasputin?
I'm not supposed to check out equipment to interns.
This is the biggest project Double Fine has done.
Oh, big
ever.
time. For sure.
Right?
Yeah, I've been playing it a fair amount. It's good.
Quit picking on the new
But it
kid.
definitely feels like,
We were
my
all
God,
once, in case you forgot.
this is
I've got eyes
pushing
on the
Double Fine
target.
to its limits. Like, this thing is huge. There's so much
I've got eyes
animation.
on
There's
you.
so many cutscenes. It's really mind-boggling.
All I see is another
That's
unruly
so great that this can exist.
Yeah. We'll talk about it more on the MinnMax Show podcast this week. Kyle's been playing a lot and really loving it as well. So subscribe to the MinnMax Show podcast. It's free. But I'm fascinated by the idea of, like, it started as that crowdfunding project through Fig, which also, the whole thing with Fig is like, oh, it's like an investment. Like, you get money if the game makes a lot of money. And so I'm wondering how that works for people who invested in this now that it's on Game Pass. Like, it's such a weird combination of business models now.
Yeah.
I just hope those original backers don't get screwed, is my biggest hope for this thing.
Yeah.
But they made it happen, and honestly, they're the reason that Double Fine was probably purchased by Microsoft, because Double Fine probably wouldn't exist if not for the backers. So it's a weird loop for that studio.
Well,
but
it's clear I
love
could
them.
not be more excited for Psychonauts 2 because I gotta be honest, me and that original game, we got some beef that needs settling. If you know, you know. The meat surface level, it is infamous,
she
it
hit
is
the-
brutal,
she
it
hit
is
the beats.
difficult to say the least. It's the final level of the original game that came out, and I cannot believe I'm doing the math on this one. 16 years ago, Tim Schafer and Lisette Petrie Montgomery. I am definitely dating myself.
Please bring
but
some comedy.
you all
Please bring some
welcome
comedy.
from Double Fine Productions. Thank you so much for being here. Tim, can you believe it has been 16 years? I almost said 19 years.
Tim Schafer going with
Yeah,
the Jeff
it
Court
feels like
one.
only yesterday, but it kind of was for Raz because the story picks up right where the first game left off. And even though it has been a lot of years, it's a game that matters a lot to us. We really love it here at Double Fine, and we know that a lot of fans, it meant a lot to them. And so we really want to be true to the spirit of the first game, which we were able to do because we brought back a lot of the same voice actors, and we also have a lot of people on the team here that worked on the first game, as well as bringing on a bunch of new people like Lisette.
Thank you. It was really important for us to carry the legacy forward, especially
Still
the
got it.
style of wonk that is very prevalent in the first game.
Style of wonk. Just put it on a shirt. I'm in there for it. Let's roll it back a bit. Of course, this can be kind of a trippy idea if you're not familiar. Psychonauts, they still jump into people's minds, I'm assuming, like the first game, right? So if a Psychonaut sort of dove into my brain, it would be like a lot of Ted Lasso quotes and French Bulldog memes. Am I correct, Tim?
Yeah, that's what's fun about a Psychonauts game is that all the levels are different, just like every
is
person.
she correct about the Ted Lasso?
If you could jump into someone's mind, what would it look like?
Trick question. I haven't seen it.
What would be the color of the sky, and like who would the monsters be? And in Psychonauts, you get to do that because Raz has the power of astral projection. And when he goes in, he gets to fight those monsters and help people deal with their nightmares and wrestle with their inner demons. And so there's a ton of variety, and there's a lot of anything goes. We can go to any location, we can have any art style, and coming up with new levels for the second game was really fun to do.
Well, I loved it from the first game, certainly. Lizette, let's talk a little bit about how that kind of concept expresses itself in the game world. I mean, Psychonauts 2 has got it all over the place, I'm sure.
I just don't think this is the best way to sell this game, Leo. I don't know what it is, but I don't think it's this format.
Levels from the first game and the unique style as well.
Talking about flatly talking about the legacy of the old game.
Correct.
And also bring in.
I think you definitely need to go.
Yeah, of course, it wouldn't be.
You don't need to play the old
new
game.
mental demons. And I'm sure
in reality,
Psychonauts 2.
you probably
what does this
should.
mean?
Like,
If, it doesn't mean basically
they do a little
that
recap, but there's a lot of stuff while playing it where I'm like,
oh,
that's right. Was this in the first game? What is the history here? It's very much made for fans, but you can still enjoy it going through it.
COVID definitely caused a lot of those. In addition to panic attacks, some of our old enemies have also come back. Our sensors are our favorites, and they're definitely here. And in addition to that, we also have our doubts.
We have enemies in this game.
And some new enemies. There's our
I feel like the messaging needs to be,
also some regrets.
hey,
some
like 3D platformers are alive.
ranged
Remember
enemies,
the
and they
heyday of your
definitely are
3D
challenging.
platformers in the past, your
Our doubts are
favorite games.
slow,
Look at
sticky
this.
melee
You
enemies.
can play a
the
new
fun of
great
exploring cool levels.
Yeah, play a new great
he
one at
is
60 frames per
our,
second only on Xbox Series X.
energizes our
Please
whole
check this out.
combat
It's
troop.
freaking fun.
So
And
we have
also,
a
it's
whole
funny.
cast
Here's
that
some
you
things
can
in the game that are
battle and
genuinely funny. Just anything.
Bad mood.
Including the bad mood.
Which is
it's an electric storm of feelings that you have to fight.
Now, for those who haven't played the
Look at all these
original,
negative
available
things that
now
you can
on Xbox Game
encounter in
Pass,
the
by
game.
the way. Wink. Tim, why is Raz so good at rummaging through brains?
Raz is, he has some very special skills. He has two whole sets of skills, one being the acrobatic skills he learned growing up in the circus. He can balance on tight ropes, jump on trampolines, swing on
Weird
trapezes,
questions
and that
that
helps him
get
navigate
turned
and
into
get around
actual
to all
answers.
kinds of interesting
Very much
places.
so.
But he also has this other side
Hydra
to his
Tower and Alex
personality,
suddenly
which is that
says,
he's
how
a
are they making this
powerful
sound
psychic, so he
so
can
dull?
levitate
They
objects,
sound
he can,
bored.
can
There's
do
something that
telekinesis
happens
and pyrokinesis.
very,
He
you
has,
know,
these powers which
it's
people
tough to
might
feel
recognize from
loose
the
and
first game,
comedic,
as
Leo,
well
in a
as,
very tense
3 new
situation.
powers
I think
for
the idea of
second
like,
game.
this
He
is a
has the
Microsoft
ability to
filmed
mentally
thing.
connect
It's
thoughts
tough to
together,
feel
and,
loose and
connect
casual
two
because
thoughts,
there's a
actually
lot of
connect two
eyeballs
thoughts
on this and a lot of
to
pressure.
solve puzzles and to navigate
So
in this game.
they're so passionate about the game. It's just a bummer that it's like they don't have somebody in the room.
And slow down how
I don't
things are
know,
moving by changing
clapping
people's
loudly and
perception
just
of
trying
time.
to like get
And he
the
also has
energy
power
up right
projection,
before
which
they
allows him
roll
to
with it.
pull an archetype
I mean,
of
ambient
personality out of
music
his
is
unconscious mind and
ancient
bring it
art.
into, the
It's
world
been
of
about a
music,
decade of
like a
people using
companion
ambient
in
music to
battle
pump this kind of
or
stuff
in
up.
puzzle solving.
It feels like
Well, let's talk about the story for a second.
format
because
is
the original
just
Psychonauts we saw
aged.
Raz
Like, this is a
training to be
type
part
of
an
conference
organization,
you'd
and now
expect to
perhaps
see
he's part
10
of a
years
whole
ago.
organization
Yeah,
at
for
this
sure.
point. And are there
And
other
it's
brain agents,
nothing
other
inherently wrong with
Psychonauts
it,
out
but
there
like
that
compared
maybe
to
grew
a
up in a
sizzle reel
completely
type
different
presentation that makes
circus?
everything seem way more exciting because you don't linger on it for
Yeah,
too
we have a
long.
lot of
For
new
sure.
characters in this game.
We
So that
do.
would be as
We have a
exciting.
lot of new characters in this
They've
game.
had one of
as
the
soon as Raz arrives
best video
on
production
the
teams in the game
headquarters, he
industry in
immediately
studio for
gets introduced to the
about a
interns.
decade now
And the
filming them. It's
interns
like just
quickly tell him
I
and
know it's a
show
lot
him
on them, but like you
how
couldn't
he
just cut
fits into
together
the
some highlights from the
organization.
documentary they're working on,
Right down at the
actually
bottom.
showing the production of this game and actually show them
so
having
Ernest way
fun
back to the
developing
top
this
again.
game
He's no longer
instead of
the
just
coolest kid.
vaguely
I've been
talking
doing
about it.
And much to his chagrin, his
All right,
entire
we-
family,
Leo, why are we
his
being so
entire
negative?
embarrassing,
Come on.
Circus clothes wearing
Sorry.
family comes to visit him in front of all his
It's
new
a good
friends.
game.
And
Y'all
so
should play it.
And
it's out on PS4 as well.
He's the awkward
And
middle
PC.
Don't listen to
child of
them.
the circus family.
Listen
Each
to us,
one of
it's
them
good.
has their own quirks and foibles, and some of them are even psychic. And so a lot of their story gets told in this game, including their backstory and how it relates to the foundation of the Psychonauts themselves.
Well, I like that, and of course, as you might
Well,
know,
Yeah, Fuzzy
already,
Grizzly
I'm
says, why would
sold,
you not
but
just make
of course already
shortcuts
knew
of how
that.
funny
When
and fun
can
it is and blast it all over
myself
social
and the
media? I
rest
feel like
of
this is
the
where
world
Psychonauts gets
exact
popular on
some beefy
TikTok.
media
I don't know.
revenge?
Yeah, it almost needs an Undertale type
You
of
can get back to the
future.
beef and play Psychonauts
where people are
2
like,
on
trust
August
me,
25th
play
on
this.
Xbox
Right.
Game Pass
It's
and
worthwhile
PC.
and weird and unique.
There it is, Lizette.
How much does that
Tim,
cost to make an
Double
influencer
Fine,
say,
thank you
"Trust me,
so
play
much."
this"?
And you know what? Extend a huge congratulations to everyone at Double
$50
Fine
on
on the
Cameo.
launch of Psychonauts 2.
Oh wait, multiple people didn't know that it was out
Thank
on
you so much. I'm
PlayStation. Yeah,
excited.
it's on PS4, 30 frames,
And
but
you
it's
can
on
catch more
PS4.
of
Yeah.
Tim Schafer and ask him those burning questions
All
about
right.
this
Cinematic
game
that
in
way.
the fan
That's
favorite
right.
franchise in our our Xbox
That's a
Play
good
stream
note for the
tomorrow. But
podcast
first,
to remind people.
we're going from cleaning out mental cobwebs to cleaning up alien planets in this supremely
The
satisfying
gunk.
4K
We
60
got
trailer
the gunk. We
See
got
that
the
football
gunk.
player?
I think so, yeah.
Rob Gronkowski.
I don't like this weather. I'm pretty sure the
Woo! All right, finally, we got out of that buzzkill Tim Schafer section.
I had a nickel.
Everything here. This planet is literally a paradise when the gunk's gone.
Leo, is there a world where they don't show Halo Infinite during this?
That would be hilarious, but it's gonna be the closer. at least addressing like the beta, and gamers went gaga for the information.
Vex. Oh, please, Vex.
I feel like the gunk is not what I thought it was.
Really?
I don't know what I thought it was, but that looked cool.
Oh. It's more like story focused, where you thinking it was like a Left 4 Dead clone or something?
I thought it was more of like a roguelike for some reason. But it looked really like, which doesn't inherently turn me off. It's just
we have talked about so many incredible games today, and it's hard to pick a favorite. But let me just say, it is so cool that State of Decay 2 is expanding Trumbull Valley. Come on, and hey,
circle back to Trumbull.
Have we mentioned Trumbull Valley?
Thank you. I mean, talking to Jorg is always a blast, and Flight Sim is such a special game to me because I mean, it's literally letting me travel the world. But
you can't go to Trumbull Valley.
Daggers of jealousy, watching you talk to Tim and Lizette over at Double Fine.
Well, I will say this, I understand.
That was my favorite conversation.
You got to play Psychonauts 2 already, so I don't even want to hear it.
That's true, but it's not the same as talking to the creators. Just trust me when I tell you, be excited for Psychonauts 2.
I will say this
He's right.
as well. I am
Don't listen to him, listen to me. It's
more
good. You'll like it.
Psychonauts 2 on our Xbox Plays streams.
Yes, don't forget, Xbox Plays will recap all the week's news throughout the week at twitch.tv/Xbox. So make sure to check that out. Before Kate and I let Playground Games take the wheel, let me just say that it has been our distinct pleasure.
So they are closing out with Forza?
With everyone today.
Oh, it's hands down the best part of the job.
Oh,
for sure.
Leo. Oh, Leo.
Too true.
There can still be
now,
one more
in June,
thing.
Playground Games announced that Forza Horizon 5, the highly anticipated
What they
follow-up
doing,
to
Leo?
2018's breakout hit open-world driving game
There
Forza
could be one
Horizon
more
4
thing.
arrives on November 9th on Xbox consoles, Xbox Game Pass for console, PC, and cloud, and of course, Steam.
And if you're watching our Xbox YouTube
said
channel,
it. She said
switch
the cursed
over
words.
to our Xbox Twitch channel to see all this new exclusive content.
And that is twitch.tv/Xbox for the full vroom vroom experience. And
I mean, Halo does have so much pressure on it.
Stay right where you are.
You know, with
Without further ado,
the grief it's gotten on
let's
social
dive
for
in,
some graphic
starting
stuff,
with
the
new
delays,
custom Forza Horizon
where
5
Halo is
controller,
at as a
which is
franchise.
available for pre-order
So what are
today.
you
I could see them
So
not wanting to
players
lock
can
in a
have it
release date
in
until they're
hand by November 9th when the
confident about it.
standard edition of the game launches.
I feel like they wouldn't have announced then that they're delaying the other stuff if they're not ready to launch, like lock in the date.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, no campaign co-op and no Forge at launch there. Oh, that's cool looking. By that I mean that's obnoxious, but it's kind of fun.
Rage 2 inspired. All the pistons firing in there.
Hell yeah. Drive this controller. All right.
Wow. I'd get down with my boom boom.
I typically sit down on my boom boom.
Charlie here, and I'm at Playground Games with Forza Horizon creative
That is
director
some
Mike
hair.
Brown
Wow.
and Forza Horizon
That's
art
amazing.
director Don Arcetta. Hello, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Charlie.
Hey, Charlie.
Hello.
How cool is this?
That is
I thought we were
stunning.
done with
Look
the
at that.
interviews. I thought
Well, we
that's
obviously
kinda why
just
they
saw a
passed
really
it
cool
off.
video about it, and I'll be the first to say
No,
there is
but
an
this
amazing
one is in
influence
England,
of Mexican
Leo.
car culture and music,
Oh.
literally
You can feel it.
splayed right across the front. Isn't that right?
Absolutely. It just feels like it's a part of the Horizon Festival, like it's just dropped out of the game into your lap.
Absolutely.
I can't even
Absolutely love it.
describe the way
And
it
there's so much
feels.
we do
There's
want to
no
show
point
the
of
fans,
comparison.
and it's been quite difficult to decide where to start. So can you maybe tell us a bit more about the game, Mike?
Sure, yeah. So Forza Horizon 5 is bringing the Horizon Festival's unique brand of fun and freedom to beautiful and
Do you think I can
vibrant
do that
Mexico.
here? That's like
Players are gonna set
default
out
good
across the
looking guy
largest,
here at
most
this point,
diverse
right?
open world we've ever built in hundreds of the
Yeah.
world's most beautiful and exciting cars.
Is that hard
yeah,
to
and
do?
people think that Mexico is just a desert or a beach, but there's so
I've always
much more
wondered.
to it, isn't there?
I feel like you have to keep
That's
up
right.
with the
Even though it does have
fade.
pretty awesome
Maybe it wouldn't be
features
hard to
and
do
a
yourself.
number of
Yeah.
amazing deserts. It also has vast canyons, hidden temples, awesome, beautiful historic
Temples.
cities, and even a towering snow-capped volcano. The
Yeah,
highest
you get
one we've
new
ever had in Horizon.
skills there.
So you've talked about how Forza Horizon 5 showcases
Just a
powerful
car
all-new
solving
graphical
puzzles in
features,
this
but what
old
more can you tell us
dome.
about that?
So yeah, our Mexican HDR sky captures really illuminate the world to the point where you feel like you're really there. And thanks to the Xbox Series X and S, ray tracing is utilized in Forza Vista to really make our cars
has been in
look
Leo.
more
Hello,
true to real
Sidewinder.
life.
Any predictions for the Gamescom kickoff
the smallest of details.
I bet we'll see. Guys, is it too much to ask for another Elden Ring trailer?
In striking realism.
Oh,
what's the Gamescom kickoff thing?
I cannot wait.
That's
and
tomorrow.
That's
Jeff Keighley's Gamescom opening night live.
Definitely been waiting for the most. Mike, what exactly is that?
Yeah, that's right.
It would be amazing if he got Halo over the Microsoft
featuring the incredible Mercedes
got
AMG1 and
the
2021 Ford Bronco Badlands. Should we take a look?
Yeah.
I could see it though.
Yeah.
You know, that's their general audience outreach. This is their Xbox fans outreach.
Right, right. Speaking of fans outreaching.
But then again, I don't know why they wouldn't just say and tune into the Summer Games thing for Halo.
Right, right. Yeah, you're right. It has to be here. Oh, Killslayer brings up a great point. He's hoping for the rumored Marvel XCOM thing tomorrow. That's a good call. Yeah, it's leaked during E3 that Firaxis is making Marvel XCOM. I'm so curious about that. That's a very good guess. It's like the Last of Us soundtrack. All right. We got cars. I'm very much looking forward to this game too. I just don't. It's one of those games where it's like they could have just said the title and I'd be on board.
So
like I don't need any more being sold on Forza Horizon 5.
So that was too much gameplay for you now.
I didn't care for it. Yeah, I closed my eyes for most of it.
Chose them.
Right.
The Mercedes AMG 1 marks the first time a car features Formula One hybrid technology, almost one-to-one from track to the street. And with the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands,
if you don't like me at my
that's primed for rugged off-roading across Mexico's
track, you don't deserve me in my street.
And I'm certain people can't wait to see more of what these cars can do in the game.
Is there anything
there,
Leo?
Keep them waiting any longer. Mike, can you tell us about what we're about to see next?
Yes. So in a few moments' time, we'll be kicking off
and I'm looking for water.
Let's Go stream, and everybody should check that out for a big deep dive into loads of new content and features from Forza Horizon.
Something on the track, freak in the streets.
Yeah, that's kind of brand new gameplay. Well, we're going to see both.
I was moving beyond that.
My
take on comedy was you got to go beyond the nonsensical basic and go one step further removed into something indecipherable.
And a race under beautiful
something barely even
skies
English.
all the way to the Horizon
right,
Festival.
Comedy.
Should we check it out?
I think we should.
There it is. Is this the Eliminator, their Battle Royale? Which was a very silly thing in the last game. Oh, come on.
It's gotta be.
This is fantastic. Yes. I don't think you dropped out of a plane for the Eliminator in the last one. I don't think.
Is it called Drop It Like It's Hot now?
That looks fun.
Bienvenidos a Mexico.
Here we take control of the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands.
Remember that line from
atop the towering, snow-capped Gran Caldera volcano.
See you on the other side.
Bye.
So in Forza, are you doing this to like build social media followers or something, or is it all just about having fun driving?
In the last couple, it's been about the followers. Yeah, like the driver isn't really enjoying this. There's kind of like. I'm just in it.
They're really burnt out.
Yeah, I'm just in it for the retweets, to be honest. Woo, here I go.
They should call this game Burnout.
So this is just the opening of the game. That looks so good. Holy crap.
That's gorgeous.
You gonna play this game, Leo?
No.
I wish you would, though.
If I get Game Pass, maybe I would.
Yeah. But you don't have a next-gen Xbox, right?
Right. You know, I only just now recently got my driver's license, so maybe I'll get really into driving and be more excited by car stuff.
Yeah, this game will tell you what's fun about driving.
Making new friends, eh?
Dropping out of the plane for my exam was so nerve-wracking.
Welcome to Minneapolis. Fun.
Drop zone approaching. Lovely day for a drive.
I had a dream last night about Riders Republic. That's how excited I am for that game.
Wow. They have a beta happening, right?
Corvette Stingray.
I think it's this week. Do you know anything about that?
Oh, I should check my email then.
Yeah, you probably should. Oh, look out.
Outtrack the storm. No sigue adelante. Keep going.
Just ridiculous looking.
Yeah. Racing games always set the bar. And graphics. Set the unrealistic bar.
That's right. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm curious what it looks like on last gen. Probably still pretty damn good, because
probably.
Yeah, Forza Horizon 4 is still stunning to look at.
I think my issue with driving games, or why they never appeal to me, is because driving is just like a part of Grand Theft Auto Online, which I played for so many hundreds of hours and never had like fun driving it.
Wait, you've never enjoyed a racing game?
Well, I liked Burnout.
Okay.
But these don't seem to be anything like that. Like, I like Taking Down and the cartoony nature of it.
Yeah. Okay, so you're just in it for the more aggression.
I'm not into a simulation of racing around turns.
Okay, this is very much not that. I mean, if you like just open world RPGs, I think you would probably enjoy these games.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the RPG element?
Well, there's like different quests and different like objectives and stuff all over the map, and you go around and you go there and you level up your car and you unlock new cars and stuff. So if you just like fulfilling a bunch of little tasks on a giant map and seeing bars go up, that's what this is.
I need the core gameplay there to be compelling, though. Not that this is like terrible.
Sure. I mean, do you see the flamingos?
What?
There are flamingos.
That's fun.
Okay. I'll get you into this, Leo. Come hell or high water.
By all means.
Okay. I'm out of ideas as to how, but other than just pitching it as a new show plus option. And then letting the game speak for itself.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Killslayer says Leo would just prefer it took place in Trumbull Valley, that's all. Yeah, I'm a simple man.
Yeah. Fast and Furious Saga, call me when it's Trumbull Valley Saga.
That's right. Trumbo, the movie?
Not Saga enough for me, buddy. Hey, look out. So just remind
Crusader says just tell Leo it's actually Roblox. That's a good point. If I thought this was a Roblox game, I would be blown away by it for sure.
Never stop screaming about it.
Yeah.
Are you done with your Roblox streams, do you think?
For now. We've completed a hell of a run.
That's so
Roblox
fun.
Survivor stream. We went out on top. You know?
Oh, really? Do you feel like you're still a big defender of that mode? Like, how much of it was that first round just being a magic stream versus do you think like the other streams held up to it and the mode itself is that fun?
There were later streams that were better.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's awesome.
But nothing will be as thrilling as the first time I experienced it in a lot of ways.
I understand.
But it is just a fantastic mode that I'll probably play off stream.
And what's it called again?
Outlaster.
In Roblox.
In Roblox.
This is the final drop. The whole festival is waiting.
Okay.
Go, go, go!
I played I streamed on Twitch a while ago the Forza Horizon 4 DLC that was all about Lego cars. And it was just like, it blew me away, like how much work they put into like building up this whole Lego area of the world, this Lego map. It was so cool.
Across Mexico's sun-baked rocky coast.
Horizon, this is Mexico. We've already had cars falling out of this
Let's
sky,
go stream.
but all eyes are on the superstar
Jump in the water.
to the festival right now.
That's
Fly through a building.
Do something crazy. Wait to the
you
people.
can see why my impression is that it's all just turning, right?
Yeah, but
from what I get from these conferences.
Yeah, I guess they should show off some of their wackier modes. Like they have their.
Is there pinata hitting in this one?
That's what they said. Yeah, in the last one they showed up a little bit of pinata and they have that battle royale and stuff. So yeah, I'm sure they'll be marketing that later on. God, it certainly seems like you're going fast though, huh?
Oh boy. You sure are. Like so few other games have ever like been able to stream the world to you this quickly.
Right.
Like they never let you go this fast because it would look terrible. Everything would be popping in right in front of you.
And this is a dumb question. I remember one time, Tim Turry and I were doing a Drive Club interview. Remember Drive Club? And Tim asked a question that I thought was juvenile, but then I was like, I guess I've never thought about it that directly before. But he just asked, like, how do you make it seem like you're going fast in a racing game? And they said, the answer is you just put a lot of things on the side of the road.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I guess that's what it comes down to, right? You just need that perspective. So the more features like there, just like having the valleys and the towns right there, you just need that. Otherwise, you don't feel it.
That's a very good point.
Now, Leo, what would you say we just experienced there?
Pure magic.
Unbelievable magic. We're going to be doing a bunch of bonus videos counting down our 5 favorite moments from the Gamescom 2020 official Xbox
From each
stream.
segment of this show.
That's right. Some say that it was when the lady popped out and showed off the castle and the trebuchet. Some people say it was when the plane dropped off the second car. Some people argue for the third car. We're here to put it all to rest. We'll be talking about this and also the big Jeff Keighley Gamescom Opening Night Live on the next episode of the MinnMax Show podcast. You can always subscribe to this very YouTube channel. I'll be here with Jeffem tomorrow doing our big reaction stream for that one. And when you get Jeffem on Jeff Keighley, it's like giving a dog a chew toy. He's ready to just tear it apart. He's so excited. You know what I mean, Leo?
I feel that.
Okay.
Jeff on Jeff action.
That's right. That's right. All right, the reviews are coming in for this stream. We're looking at some 4s. We're looking at some 5s. We're looking back down to some 4s. All right, that seems about fair. I'm very excited for several of these games, but just the presentation style, tough to be exciting for this long of a road. But yeah, we'll be talking about Psychonauts 2 on the MinnMax Show podcast this week. Also, coming up right now, I'm going to jump over to Twitch and stream a game with Janet Garcia. It was a long voting process for New Show Plus. It was a poll, so then we threw that tied poll for New Show Plus over to Twitter. Leo, my words are failing me. And on Twitter, we had the tiebreaker finally, and it looks like Janet and I will be playing a game called Fling to the Finish over on Twitch, which is wacky, co-op, messy physics nonsense. So give us a follow over at twitch.tv/MinnMaxShow. I'm putting the link in the chat right now. Give us a follow there, and Janet and I will be streaming that in a matter of seconds. Leo, what are you going to do the rest of the day, man?
Chill out, work on some personal stuff. On my YouTube channel.com/Leo Vader. Got a new Stuart Little video up that's been doing numbers. So I got to think sequels to that. I got to think franchise potential,
Hell yeah, we know how it goes. All right, thanks so much, everybody. And don't blame Microsoft for this press conference or the developers. Blame the concept of time. I think if we could leave you with one message. And this was just too much of it.
Blame me.
Are you serious, man?
I'm going to take this bullet.
What do you want people to do to you?
Say, Leo, you screwed up the conference.
All right, so you can tweet at Leo Vader, let him know. All right, thanks so much for joining us on this adventure, everybody. We'll see you over on Twitch. Remember to give us a follow over on Twitch. We'd appreciate it. Bye, folks.
Happy Easter, Xbox.
Happy Easter, Xbox.